Thank you, sir. Now I request Thiruvi Srikanth, CEO, ICT Academy of Tamil Nadu, to felicitate our Additional Chief Secretary, Information Technology and Digital Services, Thirukumar Jayant IAS Avargal. Thank you, sir. I would like to invite Thiru Srikanth V, Chief Executive Officer of ICT Academy of Tamil Nadu, to deliver the welcome address.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. Our respected Honorable Minister for IT and Digital Services, Government of Tamil Nadu. Thank you so much, sir, for your support, guidance and mentorship, by which we are growing very good in a manner, and also we are also able to upskill a lot of students and the youth of Tamil Nadu. With all your gracious presence, this function is becoming a very grand, sir. Thank you so much.
I request you to kindly put your mobile phones on silent mode. Thank you. Thank you all for being punctual and available. So kindly seat yourself. Thank you. Our guests will arrive shortly. We'll continue from there.
Honorable Minister for IT, all the officers of the government, participants from IT sector and the team from ICT Academy. It is a great occasion to be among you today for a path-breaking MOU exchange. As Srikanth said, I have been here, sir, for very, very long in IT. And IT and e-governance, these are now part of the core governance. It is a part of like and blood running through our body. IT and e-governance runs through all the activities of the society. And that is why we need such a great emphasis on trained and skilled manpower. In fact, I am very recent. I have joined hardly 1 week back in IT. But for last 20 years, it has never felt to me in my government service that I am out of IT. I have been continuously involved with IT, and we are supposed to write a handing over note as an IS officer. We get frequently transferred. So to avoid the new persons sitting and trying to determine what is his job and what are his priority for next 3 months, we are supposed to give a handing over note. So when I was Labour Secretary, when I wrote my handing over note, I realized that it is like a task for my new post. 50% of thing is to be done and followed up through the IT department only. So that is the importance of the sector in today's life. Now, all of us are continuously talking of skilling, you would have seen, and especially skilling in the field of IT is very, very important. And it is not only for IT skills, but for other interpersonal skills, the so-called soft skills in quote. Its meaning itself also keeps changing, but these are important, and that is how Tamil Nadu government had realized the need for such an institutions very, very early. So I commend the IT sector also who came forward, and with the Government of India, Government of Tamil Nadu and IT sector, this ICT Academy was established just to act as a bridge to collaborate, because government being government department, it is very, very difficult to be open to different type of organizations, different types of tie-ups, different type of dialogue. All those things are difficult when we are sitting at a place like a government department where every inch has to be followed by preset norms. So ICT Academy has come into existence, and they have always created path-breaking approach to the needs, whether it is faculty training or whether it is skilling for the students. And I remember initial days ICT Academy used to conduct bridge conferences and exclusive gatherings of the so-called owners and correspondents, because the mindset change at that level was required, sir, in initial days, about how the students should be trained and how internship or industrial training has to be part of the curriculum. So I have been associated with ICT Academy, and I am happy to see that today again we are launching an event which will be Pathbreaker. If you see how much is our population, and everybody is talking of demographic dividend. Now in my personal opinion, we are at the peak today. We cannot sustain any more manpower growth in the same ratio. If you see the replacement ratio, today Sikkim is at 1.1 and Bihar is at 3.0. This is the regional disparity in India. Tamil Nadu also, we are very, very near the replacement level. So if you have a developed society where children are educated and everybody is aspiring to its career, that is the direct motivation for a sustainable society, and we cannot keep continuously growing. So we have to ensure that whatever is the manpower, human resources available, we keep ensuring that they are properly skilled and they are able to live a properly fruitful life, both for themselves, for their organizations and for the society. So that is why I am sure with all of your help, we will be able to take it forward, and skilling can become much more streamlined with all your help. I think what had happened is that once the CSR rules came, that every company is supposed to spend something on CSR, then private organizations like you slowly realize that how difficult it is to spend money when you have to account for it under the certain laws. It is very easy to spend money to grow your business, but it is very, very difficult to spend money when it is not tied up to a business outcome. So we have seen that there is, if you are a big organization and a huge amount of money to spend, you can't just spend this money in a fruitful manner. Then you have to have an organization which to your top management would have felt that, okay, if I am spending 10 crore, why should I spend any X amount on trying to spend that 10 crores properly? So ICT was positioned, and it is positioned uniquely, where it is a responsible organization with a given track record. And I am sure all of your acceptance to this reality has resulted in this event today. So I wish all the best. All of you should be able to realize that you have contributed to something good, and with all the tie-ups with MOU and with all the activities for the training of around 45,000, around 70,000 people, they will ultimately be a feeder to your own sector. Maybe not your company, but other companies. They will help everybody. And with finally, I wish again all the best to ICT, and I hope more and more people seeing this event can come forward to channel their own effort on this line for skilling, where ICT Academy can grow and serve more people in Tamil Nadu. Thank you.
Thank you, Thirukumar Jayant IAS sir, for your inspiring words. Our next speaker is someone who needs no introduction, but I will give one because it's my honor. இவர் சித்திரை திருவிழாவின் சிறப்பையும் அறிந்து சிலிக்கான் சிப்புகளின் சிலிர்ப்பையும் உணரும் பெருந்தகையாளர். தகவல் தொழில்நுட்பத்துறையை முன்னேற்றுவதில் மாண்புமிகு அமைச்சரவர்களின் தலைமைத்துவத்திற்கும் தொலைநோக்கு பார்வைக்கும் விழா மேடை நன்றி தெரிவித்துக் கொள்கிறது. Honorable Minister for Information Technology and Digital Services, Government of Tamil Nadu, Dr. Palanivel Tyagarajan avargal's visionary leadership has been instrumental in driving technological advancements in the state. Now it's with great honor that we welcome the Honorable Minister for Information Technology and Digital Services Department to deliver the presidential address.
The Additional Chief Secretary for the Department of Information Technology and Digital Services, Thiru Kumar Jayanth, Managing Director of ELCOT, Thiru R. Kannan, the Director of Employment and Training, Thirumadi E. Sundaravalli, the CEO of ICT Academy, Thiru Srikanth, all of the many executives of the firms with which we are going to sign the MOUs today, the press, the many staff of our department who are here to make this function a success. Ladies and gentlemen, good morning and welcome to this milestone event in our progression to a more impactful ICT Academy and a more functional and efficient employment pool in the government and in the state of Tamil Nadu. I must first start by apologizing for being a little late, but only a few minutes late, because I was only told to be here at 10:30. I got here at 10:48. The program here reads 9:30, so something is a bit off, but 18 minutes is on me. This initiative is close to my heart. As you know, I've had a pretty diverse career and done many things in many parts of the world. Even in public life, both in opposition and in the government, I've had different kinds of roles. But this part of the IT department is very close to my heart, because during my maiden speech in the Assembly in July 2016, I think it was actually July 25th or 26th, almost exactly 8 years ago, one of the things I highlighted was the great breakdown in our education to employment model. I said that in many economies, one would find either that there was too much demand, too many jobs and not enough people, so unemployment would drop to very low numbers and you'd have inflationary risk. Or you'd have not enough jobs and too many people and you'd end up with an employment recession. But it was rare to come to a place, and I had come back after almost 30 years as an expatriate, where on the one hand companies complained continuously about the lack of people with the right skills, and on the other hand we had thousands, actually lakhs at the time, lakhs of people registered in the employment exchange who had on paper some training, some degree, but in fact were not employable in the market, at least for the actual qualification that they possessed on paper. I gave several requests to the then Chief Minister, Selvi Jayalalitha, and primary among them was to say that we need, like in the Western economies, like in Singapore, we need to do much more to bridge the information gap. That is to say, children, and because many of them were first generation, the parents and guardians of these children needed to be educated about what the job market was like, what it was likely to transform into, what the potential for future employment was going to be, what the compensation levels are and what they will be. And so through the equivalent of a Bureau of Labor Statistics or something equivalent, educate and give guidance to families of the children in school, particularly in government schools who come from the bottom of the economic pyramid. At the same time, help educational institutions shape their curriculum in consonance with what the industry's needs are and what they are likely to be. Now, many advanced societies do all these different things. They have like a projection of where the growth's going to come, what kinds of jobs are likely to be there, what are they likely to pay. and this information inefficiency between those who are going for education and training and skilling and those who are actually looking for people to come and work. This could be bridged. To be fair, she didn't live very long after that, and they did start one initiative in the school education department. For the first time, they published some kind of a career document, what after 10th and what after 12th. There's a little printed book. In fact, much of it was not printed, but a PDF version came out for the first time in 2016, November or December. But after that, the initiative kind of stalled, and there wasn't much work done. Of course, when we came to office in 2021, I was in the finance ministry, and the finance ministry, as you know, has a lot of input not just into the budget but into the governor's address and into the priorities of the government. So we picked up on this again, and of course the CM has made it his priority with greatly enhanced inputs and efforts into the Skill Development Corporation, into the Non-Mudalvan scheme, which was conceived and implemented in our regime, and many other initiatives. Now, finding a gap and starting to do something about it is very important. Without that, we'll not get progress. But when we start to act on a perceived gap or the need to bridge, and as the ACS said, our bridge conferences have grown from strength to strength. I think I myself have spoken at more than 4 or 5. We have a few more coming. They're all sold out. They're in such high demand. We actually, I think, go in the positive. I think it's a revenue earner for us, not in a significant way, but it doesn't cost us to run these bridge conferences because there's such a demand from educational institutions to interact with the recruiting offices of the large companies and those who are likely to come for campus interviews, so that there's a feedback loop to shape the curriculum and the training of the students. But many initiatives are always undertaken because the normal approach in government, whenever you see a problem that becomes big enough to act upon, is to create one more entity, is to put one more special officer, is to create some other scheme. Sometimes it's for the good. Many times it actually increases the complexity and the inefficiency. Again, keeping consistent with my remarks when I was finance minister, I felt that we have created hundreds and hundreds of public sector undertakings, boards, companies, oversight institutions. And it's easy to make it look like you're doing something because you've created some new entity, you've appointed some new officer. So it looks like you're doing something. But if you actually look at the impact of these over the decades that follow, very often they're not meaningful. All they do is add administrative overhead to the overall kind of government effort without producing substantively better results. In that context, I must say that ICT Academy of Tamil Nadu has proven to be the far outlier, the great exception, because it was started almost kind of innocuously at the time of ACS's earlier stint in the ministry. But it was one of many such academies with Government of India funding that was started across the country. But due to benign approach maybe by the government, due to the right people at the leadership of the institution, I can say today that ICT Academy of Tamil Nadu is by far the largest, biggest, most successful such institution in the country. So much so that we have offices, I think, in 8 or 9 more states outside Tamil Nadu. And we run these bridge conferences successfully in even places like Bangalore, which is otherwise seen as the tech capital, in many ways. So, in that sense, ICT Academy has proven to be a real game changer for us. And because of my philosophy of why I thought this was the most important aspect, which is to break this information inefficiency and increase the employability of children and increase the selection, career selection of children and their parents, then I'm really happy to see that ICT Academy has done so well and is continuing to go on an uptick. I used to be in the financial markets, and they say in the markets that timing is everything. You've got to be at the right place at the right time. So I'm not going to take credit for this, but just be happy to say that overall, Tamil Nadu's place in the IT sector has greatly enhanced in the last year. The GCC headcount over the last 3 years after COVID is up about 40%. Last year, the leasing of Class A office space hit an all-time record in Chennai of 11 million square feet, which is far above the normal 4 or 5 million. And in keeping with the many ways that we have seen such an uptick, I'm very happy today that ICT Academy will be signing MOUs with corporates who are doing CSR financing for, I think, about 60 crores. And with the Government of India's Ministry of Information Technology and Electronics, as well as the National Skill Development Corporation for 20 crores. So this is overall about 80 crore value of MOUs, more than today. To put that in context, the last couple of years, we thought we were doing relatively well, signing 30 to 40 crore worth of MOUs. So I think it's testament to the improved focus of everybody on this problem of skilling and skill matching, and of making sure our unemployed youth have productive work. So in that sense, I'm very grateful to all of you for helping us reach this new high water mark. I will say that it is still a period of change. We think in the nature of the industry, there's a lot of change with the move towards AI, which, this is the third or fourth coming of AI in my technical professional career. But this time might be different. But even if it is, it's probably going to take a decade or a generation before the transformation is complete, because the amount of energy, the amount of processing power, the amount of computing power, the amount of data that is required to truly benefit from what is today's cutting edge AI is not something that can be developed very quickly. It will need a lot of capital investment, a lot of supply chain improvement. So it's probably a generation in the making. But the leveraging of AI into the way we operate, into the way we do training, I think will be much more quick. And it is already upon us. So I think we'll see some changes in the way ICT Academy functions, and also in its integration with the government and our initiatives, which I've been pushing for since I took office in this ministry a little over a year ago. So I am grateful for your support. I hope that you will all continue to work with us as we go through this transformation, which will make it even more efficient and even more impactful. I'd like to thank and acknowledge, just by list before I conclude, the many people we are signing the MOUs with today: Kulik, ServiceNow, MongoDB, Government of India's METI, Government of India's NSDC, the ESSC, Fortinet, Nemescheck, MathWorks, OpenWeaver, Honeywell, Capgemini, Tag IT, Microsoft, Infosys, and ITC Infotech. I'm sure that when you come to do the MOU exchange, the CEO will explain for the press and for everybody else the details of what we're signing. But I'm excited that we have reached this, as I say, new high water mark. We hope that we will continue to deliver in a way that keeps you happy with the relationship and the partnership. I thank you all again for coming and for sharing this exciting day with us. Thank you.
Thank you, Honorable Minister, sir, for your kind appreciations. We will First, I would like to welcome Mr. Suresh Babu, Head of Corporate Initiatives, who will be debriefing us on the significance and the objectives of the MOU entered with CSR partners.
The Honorable Minister, respected Additional Chief Secretary to the Government of Tamil Nadu, our CEO, the partners who have gathered here, and my colleagues, a warm good morning to all of you. My name is Suresh Babu. I'm part of the CSR initiative team of ICT Academy. Just to give a preamble even before I proceed with the presentation, we started CSR as an initiative in a very humble way in the year 2016. So that's when we all started. After that, we started amplifying our efforts, and today, as the Honorable Minister rightly pointed out, every year through the CSR initiative under the ICT Academy, we are training close to around 75,000 students only through this initiative. While we have multiple other portfolios, CSR alone contribute to such a higher level of students' impact. So we are always grateful to all the partners, because today, when we have a larger ambition to propel this the students' impact to the next level, obviously we need the support from the partners like you, so we'll be always grateful to you. This is just a debriefing of what is that we are going to do this year. So this year, we have signed with 6 different partners, and all these partners have a story. I mean, though we are signing it today, they are with us for several years, including Capgemini, Honeywell. So it is my responsibility to thank them and also to make the entire press understand the kind of support they're extending over the last several years. So to begin with, one of our... is it working? So one of our long-standing partner, of course, is Honeywell. We partnered with them in the year 2021, and we successfully concluded a project last year, 2023, impacting close to around 22,450 students on various technologies, including data science, virtualization, big data analytics, cloud computing, cyber security, so on and so forth. So all these programs are done across the nation with predominant students count in Tamil Nadu, and we were able to impact 22,000 plus students. And the best part is we were able to get gainful employment to 62% of these students as per the obligation we have. So we are very, very proud that we catered and we supported Honeywell's vision of impacting the next gen talent. And thankfully, normally what happens in the CSR portfolio is beyond 3 years, a board approving an NGO for the 4th consecutive year is always a challenge. But thankfully, we have signed and we've extended our partnership with Honeywell for the next 3 years. So we'll be establishing 200 Center of Excellence to impact women and youth, and we'll be impacting 17,000 students through this particular project. So this is a testament that Honeywell has gained confidence through our efforts in the last 3 years, and they have replicated the same project for the additional 3 years. So until 2027, we'll be impacting close to around 17,000 plus students. And the best part is not just the technology, we are also going to test sustainability as an important course for the students. So the Sustainability Center of Excellence will also be created. In the first year, we are going to cater only to 500 students because we just want to test the waters first even before amplifying the effort. So this is all about Honeywell. They are with us for the last 3 years. They are going to be with us for the next 3 years. And cumulatively, we'll be impacting close to around 40,000 plus students only for Honeywell as an organization. Next slide, please. Of course, the second is Capgemini. We have a big team here. I should thank, since they are present here, I would like to thank Ms. Surbi, who heads the Digital Academy portfolio for Honeywell, and Mr. Ashwin, the Vice President, and Mr. Arun, Nitya, everyone for being a support for us since 2022. Last year, we did a project to impact close to around 1,000 women students, specifically in the geographies where Capgemini has their large presence and satellite offices. It was a huge hit. I mean, we were able to give employment to close to around 72% of this underprivileged graduating students. And one best part is, sir, which I wanted to submit is Capgemini also recognized ICT Academy as the best CSR partner in employee volunteering for the year 2022. So that was the first award we got, and I think they are a very, very lucky organization. We got 3 consecutive awards after that in this year itself. So we are ever grateful to Capgemini for the presence. And after this project, this year, for the next 3 years, we will be impacting close to around 7,500 graduating students. Of course, the best part about Capgemini, which I always love, is they are very, they are very participative. The L&D team discuss with us to create the content. Their leaders participate in volunteering activities. Every piece of the project is meticulously planned by Capgemini, and they also become a party to it. So that way I think I should always thank the entire Capgemini team. Last year we did a massive event, sir, more of a bridge kind of an event exclusively for Capgemini, where 16 of their leaders from Chennai participated. So I think that is the kind of a commitment they have. It is not just the investment, it is also investing their time and efforts, which is very pivotal to make such programs to flourish. The next, of course, Infosys, Madam Captain Shanti is here. Thank you very much, Madam, for bestowing the trust on us. Mr. Surya Narayanan is here. Thank you very much, sir, for coming. So this is a very, very new partnership which we have signed recently. So close to around 48,000 underprivileged students will be impacted until 2027. Of course, we are going to do this project across 27 different states of the nation. And by far, this is one of the largest project for ICT Academy. So we are ever grateful to the foundation, the entire trustees. Unfortunately, trustee was supposed to be here because of certain other preoccupation. He was not able to make it. But our sincere thanks to the entire board of Infosys for bestowing the trust on us. And we will definitely live up to your expectation, madam, and make sure that this project proves to be one of the very successful project, the skilling project for Infosys. Of course, Microsoft, again, we started our collaboration in the year 2022 under a project called Cyber Shiksha for Educators. It is one of the global programs of Microsoft Philanthropy. So we engaged with them to train close to around 5,000 students and to create 400 master trainers on cyber security. We partnered with Tata in terms of creating the content, the pedagogical tools, framework, guidelines, everything. Tata Strive supported us, and it was again a joint initiative between ICT Academy, Microsoft, and DCSA. So they also actively participated and made this program a very, very comprehensive program and a very, very successful program. Again, close to around 64% of the trained students have gained an employment opportunity also. So this year, again, we have renewed our partnership to train close to around 200 educators and 3,000 students of higher education on cybersecurity. We strongly believe that this is one of the most regarded project under the Microsoft Philanthropy. We have global leaders who travel to India just to volunteer for this kind of an initiative. That is the kind of a seriousness Microsoft is showing towards this particular program. Even the last year we had the Vice President of Cybersecurity flew all the way from Seattle to inaugurate one of the centers. So that is the kind of an active participation from Microsoft also, and we are hopeful that we will drive this program very effectively like last year, and we'll be able to get employment opportunity for the trained and certified students. Next slide, please. Of course, ITC Infotech, Mr. Magesh is here. So our partnership started in the year 2022. We started at a very, very small level. We were given an opportunity to train close to around 250 students in the very first phase. In the second phase, it increased to 800, and this year also we have, they've given the responsibility to impact around 800 students, but it more of very structured training in very select pockets of ITC Infotech where they have their presence. We are selecting underprivileged students and we'll be delivering this particular model. And close to around 72% of the students who passed out last year, I mean trained and certified through this project, got gainful employment, and this year we intend to probably propel it to the next level. We are aiming at around 80-82% this year based on their no request. Again, last year, cumulatively, we trained around 1,050 students, and this year we'll be training around 800 students on advanced IT skills. Again, I should register that similar to Capgemini, ITC also, make sure that the content, everything, the complete guidance comes from them in terms of creating the content. So, this is about ITC Infotech. Of course, the very recent partner is Tag IT. Madam Savita is here. Very thankful to you, madam. I have not met her before. So they believed in ICT Academy. 4 months back, we signed an MOU. They transferred the money without even knowing who is Suresh Babu, what is going to do. I mean, that shows the brand image we have as an academy. So with the Tag IT, we have undertaken a pilot program to train close to around 200 underprivileged students on advanced tech skills, and close to around 70% of the students will get gainful employment. So overall, CSR as an initiative, as I mentioned at the very beginning of my speech, close to around 70,000 students are getting trained, and also getting close to around 70% of that 70,000 students are also getting gainful employment through our recruiters. We work with close to around 250 recruiters across the nation who help these students to get a right career path. So I'll stop here, and I once again thank the Honorable Minister for his guidance and his support and mentorship, and of course the first incumbent CEO, the Additional Chief Secretary Sir is also here. So with their able support and with the day-to-day support of our CEO, we believe, and of course with the partners like you, we can create a better tomorrow together for the underprivileged community of the students. Thank you very much. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, Mr. Suresh Babu, for your insightful presentation. Ladies and gentlemen, it's with great pleasure that we welcome our esteemed CSR partners for today's MOU exchange. I now request Mr. Ashwin Raghunathachari, VP, Insurance Practice India Head, Capgemini, to kindly august the stage for the MOU exchange. I would like to request Mr. Surya Narayanan, Associate Vice President, IQE and Development Center Head, Infosys, Chennai. And also I'd like to call Captain Shanti to the stage. Let's capture the significant moment marking the beginning of a promising partnership. Please join us in commemorating this important milestone with a smile, as these photos will symbolize the start of a great collaboration. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Mahesh Chandrabitra, CSR Lead, ITC Infotech, to the stage. Next, I would like to invite Ms. Savita Lakshmanan, Global HR Head, Tagit, is next on stage. I thank all the dignitaries on the stage. Next, please join me in welcoming Mr. Raghava Srinivasan, Head of New Initiatives, who will debrief us on the significance and objectives of the Memorandum of Understanding entered between ICT Academy of Tamil Nadu and government partners.
Good morning, Honorable Minister and our first CEO, Additional Chief Secretary and beloved Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Srikanth. Thank you so much for this wonderful opportunity. Through the new initiative department, we are going to exchange MOU with 3 government agencies from Union Government. The first one is from the Ministry of Electronics and Information Technology. It's a very, very unique project where all our partners are supporting us in delivering programs for the students with respect to the employment component, where this one project is very unique that Government of India has conceived to deliver training program to the higher educational teachers as well as the polytechnic and ITI teachers in the electronic system design manufacturing industry as well as the emerging technologies. They have conceived this project to train 1,35,000 students in the next 5 years of time to ensure that the electronic system design manufacturing industry is getting the adequate skilled manpower for their organizations, where ICT Academy is going to contribute training 11,800 faculty members in the state of Tamil Nadu. The project which has been allocated to us to train 11,800 students very specific to the state of Tamil Nadu in the higher educational institutions, engineering, technology colleges, arts and science colleges, as well we are going to deliver program for the polytechnic and ITI students. For that, they have allocated the fund for the next 5 years of time, where we will be in the process of developing 50 new programs for training these 11,800 teachers, and we require support from the corporate partners to develop these 50 new emerging technology programs as well as the electronic system design manufacturing program. That's very, very significant that these 11,800 teachers are going to deliver the same program to minimum 50 to 100 students, so that we are going to create more skilled manpower for the electronic system design manufacturing as well as the IT/ITS industry. And the second important project which we are going to exchange today is to train 8,000 students with the funding of National Skill Development. Next. Yes. Yeah, to train 8,000 students in IT, ITES and banking and finance sector as well as retail sector. This program which we are going to cover the entire country, 9 states we are going to cover and 46 districts where we are going to deliver this program, starting from Kanyakumari to Kashmir. We are going to deliver this particular training program with the funding of National Skill Development Corporation. And we have initiated the process and we are in the process of mobilizing these 8,000 students. And for the state of Tamil Nadu, we have got the allocation to train 1,000 students, and all these students will undergo not only the training program, they will also undergo the on-job training program as well as the placement opportunity will be provided to all the 8,000 students, where Government of India will recognize these training program under their PMKVY project in the 4th version of PMKVY project. Thanks to Government of India for allocating the fund for training these 8,000 students. And the third important MOU which we are going to is with the Electronic Sector Skill Council. We are signing an MOU to develop the programs related with electronic system design manufacturing. I hope you know that the electronic system design manufacturing industry is growing significantly, where we are exchanging the MOU with ESSCI to develop programs for the faculty development programs as well as for the students certification, and they will also support us in doing the assessment as well as the certification with respect to the electronic system design manufacturing program. Thanks to all for the wonderful support you have rendered to us so far, and please continue to support us in the future to help us developing the skilled manpower for the industry. Thank you. I would like to request the Electronic Sector Skill Council Senior Vice President Mr. Salim Ahmed to join for exchanging the MOU with ICT Academy.
It's with great pleasure that we welcome our esteemed partners, government partners, for today's MOU exchange. We have Mr. Salim Ahmed, Vice President, Electronic Sector Skill Council on the stage. Next on stage will be Mrs. Sundaravalli IAS, Commissioner, Department of Employment and Training. This moment marks the beginning of the collaboration that promises to bring new opportunities and advancements. Thank you, sir. Welcome, ma'am. We have Mrs. Sundaravalli IAS, Commissioner, Department of Employment and Training. We are honored to have her as a representative from Department of Employment and Training. Thank you for being part of this significant occasion, ma'am. I thank all the dignitaries on the stage and request them to kindly occupy the seats. Finally, I would like to invite Mr. Saravanan, Head of Academic Initiatives, to debrief us on behalf of the Government of Tamil Nadu and global partners.
A warm good morning to all. Respected Honorable Minister for Information Technology and Digital Services, Government of Tamil Nadu, Honorable Additional Chief Secretary Sir, and our CEO and the esteemed guests from Government and Corporate. So I'm Saravanan. I head the Academic Operations and Global Partner Engagements of ICT Academy of Tamil Nadu. It's a great honor and pleasure to present in before you on the global partners whom we will be signing an MOU for the benefit of academic institutions and the student fraternity. So at this occasion, since it is not a corporate, I would also like to inform the Honorable Minister for Information Technology and Digital Services, Government of Tamil Nadu, during the Assembly Session 2024-25, extended membership services to all the 102 ITIs, Industrial Training Institute, across the state of Tamil Nadu. Whatever membership services we have been offering to the Polytechnic, Engineering College and Arts and Science has to be extended to all the Industrial Training Institute, was an announcement made by Honorable Minister for Information Technology and Digital Services. So followed by which we had MOU a couple of minutes before with the Department of Employment Training, and tomorrow we will be having a formal memorandum of understanding with all 102 ITAs in 7 locations of Tamil Nadu, where we will be having the membership exchange for all 102 ITAs. Thank you to our Honorable Minister and the Department of Employment Training for making this initiative come to reality within a couple of weeks before. Thank you, Madam, and thank you to your entire team for making this into reality. Next, we will be signing a partnership with ServiceNow to train the higher education students on ServiceNow System Administrator and ServiceNow Application Developer Program. So by training the students on CSA and CAD technologies, we are equipping the students on the industry relevant skills which will be enabling them to get a job in the industry. So on behalf of ICT Academy, we will be exchanging an MOU with ServiceNow. I welcome Mr. Bhaskar from ServiceNow for this important occasion, and thank you Mr. Bhaskar for also supporting us in making this function a grand success. And we will also, to foster the digital literacy and to develop the students on the data analytics. So we will be entering into a partnership with Click. So we have been already a partner with Click for almost 2 years, and we are going to continue the partnership with Click. And I welcome Pankaj and from Click to be here in order to exchange the MOU. Thank you and welcome, Mr. Pankaj. And we to make or introduce MongoDB's academy program for the member institutions and to drive MongoDB NoSQL technology programs to the academic fraternity and the student community. We have signed in partnership with MongoDB last month, and we will be formally exchanging an MOU with MongoDB on the database front. So on behalf of ICT Academy of Tamil Nadu, we have Mr. Bashwadarshan from MongoDB present here. So we will also, while we have been speaking about the IT, we also wanted to train the students on AEC, Architectural Engineering and Construction Industries. So we are going to enter into partnership with Nemenchek Group to develop the students on the building infrastructure modeling and on the architectural engineering space, which will give enough and ample opportunities for our students on the AEC industries. So on behalf of ICT Academy, I have a privilege to welcome Mr. Dibankar from Nemenchek Group, who will be formally exchanging the MOU. So next we have a new partner, Fortinet, to prepare the students on the network security and to create a workforce on the networking security is a new partner, Fortinet. I welcome Jason Charles and his team for being here for this important MOU function. So for promoting MathWorks tools, including MATLAB, Simulink and 120 plus add-on products to academia through the widespread of academy and partnership program, we have been working with MathWorks on the MathWorks and Simulink. I welcome Zahida for this MOU function. To help the students and teaching fraternity understand the current IT practices and also various data environments to promote hands-on learning and to encourage entrepreneurship and digipreneur by building digital solutions, we have our partner OpenWeaver. I welcome the CEO Mr. Ashok Balasubramaniam for this important function. So with this, all these partners will be working predominantly with the academic institution across Tamil Nadu and rest of Tamil Nadu for the development of the higher education faculties and the students on the industry relevant skills, so that they will be getting gainful employment is the find objective in which all these partners have been working with ICT Academy. Thank you very much to all the partners for having trust on ICT Academy and also entering into partnership and also working with us for the betterment of the educators committee and the students community. Thank you very much, and I will hand over to you.
Thank you, Mr. Saravanan, for your comprehensive presentation. We now move to the next highlight of today's event, the official exchange of Memorandum of Understanding by the representatives of global partners, witnessed by the Honorable Minister and the Additional Chief Secretary. I now welcome Mr. Bhaskar Gandhavadi, Director, Workforce Development and Curriculum Service now, to kindly occupy the stage. Next on stage will be Mr. Pankaj Mote, Senior Academic Program Manager, Asia Pacific, Click. Thank you, sir. Next on stage will be Mr. Bashwadarshan, Academia Partnership Manager, India, MongoDB. Thank you, sir. Next on stage will be Mr. Deepankar Bhattacharya, General Manager, Education Segment, Indian Subcontinent, Nemenchek Group. Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to welcome Mr. Jason Charles A. Nader, Director, Regional Sales, NetOp, Fortinet. We have Mr. Jason Charles A. Nader on the stage. He's Director, Regional Sales, Netop Fortinet. Next on stage will be Mr. Zahida Wasim, Manager, Strategic Institutions, Education Sales, MathWorks. Ms. Zahida Wasim, Manager, Strategic Institutions, Education Sales, MathWorks is now on stage. Thank you, ma'am. Next on stage will be Mr. Ashok Balasubramaniam, CEO, OpenWeaver. We have Mr. Ashok Balasubramaniam, Chief Executive Officer, OpenWeaver, on the stage now. I thank all the partners and the dignitaries on the stage for this moment. Thank you. Next, we'll now have short speeches from the representatives of the partnering organizations. First, I would like to welcome the CSR partners, starting with Mr. Ashwin Raghunathachari, Vice President, Insurance Practice India Head, Cape Gemini.
Good morning all. Respected Minister, Mr. Dr. Parnivel Tyagarajan sir, Mr. Kumar Jain sir, the ACS, Mr. Shrikant, the CEO, Mr. Kannan IAS, Ms. Sundravalli IAS, my colleagues from Capgemini and every single partner and everybody from ICT Academy and all media partners being here on a fantastic platform that bridges two aspects of our personal life. When we all grow up, வீட்டில் சொல்கிறதெல்லாம் படி வேலைக்கு போ, study and go to work, that's all. And with years, people don't realize that there's a big white space that's called skill improvement and skill development that's needed for employability and retention of employability for the long haul. And I think this is a fantastic platform where I think ICT Academy has kind of bridged that space. And more importantly, they're kind of working with grassroots, with the support of the government and bringing it up, right? I think that's a fantastic space to be in. And I think we as an organization which has 3 CSR targets, one is on sustainability, second on digital inclusion, and third on digital academy, which is how we can improve our society through providing digital enablement to kids, to students. I didn't realize as I was going through our journey within Capgemini that from small places which enable, digital enablement within the places where I live, places where we work, I have my colleagues here, we're making a lot of impact. We go to government schools from Kandigai to Guduvanjeri to Kelambakam to Tiruporur and talk digital literacy. This is all what it matters, right? So today we have a very tall goal, at least today it looks very tall for 7,500 people in the next 3 years. We want to at least hire 80% of them into our organization, 80% being women, which is very important from our perspective because, bringing employment to one woman in a family can change the entire family, right? So I think to us, we are very privileged being here, being part of this momentous occasion. This moment of understanding is just a start. We have a lot more to do as society. Every small bit matters. And I encourage everybody here to also be physically present, interact with a lot of these kids in engineering education, in arts and sciences, and provide an enablement for education. And I really want to thank ICT Academy for being there, who can make our lives easier, right? Because we all have full-time jobs, and this is equally very important that somebody else is doing it on our behalf. We'll be absolutely present with you, every walk of life, and absolutely, Tamil Nadu government, in my mind, has always been a pioneer for education, for employment, the IT sector, irrespective of what the world may say, we produce some of the best talent on the ground. And it is our first opportunity to, in fact, improve and be the pioneers in being the best in the skill development area. So I really want to thank the Minister, sir, the ACS, sir, for being here, making this a big priority for us as a civilization in India and how we can show the path from Tamil Nadu. So thanks to each one of you and thanks for the opportunity to being on stage and sharing a few words. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to welcome Mr. Surya Narayanan, Associate Vice President, IQE and Development Center Head, Infosys Chennai, to kindly deliver his short speech.
Good morning, everybody. Dr. PTR, Kumar Jayant, Shrikant, thank you for the opportunity to come and present our story here. We realize that enhancing employment opportunities for graduating students in India is vital for the country's socio-economic upliftment. As of April 24, the stats are indicating that the unemployment rate has risen to 8.1%, and those who are getting after graduation also is increasing to about 29%. So there is a clear task cut out for us as corporates to join hands with government and institutions to see how do we uplift the whole skill quotient of the students so that they become more employable. ICT Academy, in collaboration with Infosys Foundation, organizes the Infosys Foundation Finishing School for Employability for final year engineering, arts and science graduates across India by establishing Center of Excellence for Youth Empowerment. The program helps to students to acquire skills in IT, BFSI, retail, e-commerce, logistics and KPO sectors, where we see the trend of opportunities are umpteen and would help the student community. At Infosys Foundation, education is the cornerstone of our commitment to empowering the less fortunate. Towards this, we feel that education must create pathways to employability. Through our collaboration with ICT Academy, we will equip young leaders in rural India with essential technical and soft skills, consequently improving their livelihood and industry readiness also. We are confident that this initiative will encourage our youth to excel across disciplines of their choice and create sustainable careers. At overall country level, we are looking at about 450 centers of excellence for women and youth empowerment within a span of 3 years, distributing them across 300 engineering colleges, covering about 150 arts and science colleges put together. So this will roughly translate to training about 48,000 underprivileged women and youth, spreading across men and women combination, across the areas that we talked about, BFSI, retail, e-commerce, logistics, KPO skills. From Tamil Nadu perspective, we are looking at about, in phase 1, to cover 17 districts, starting with Chennai, going up to Virudhunagar, which will cover about 33 engineering colleges, 19 arts and science. And we are looking at about close to 2,000 employees to be impacted in the first year alone. The courses that we are looking at will be in line with the trends that we see, advanced IT courses, BFSI, etc. The program seeks to achieve sustainable employment for 70% of total beneficiaries, amounting to about 33,000 plus individuals. In addition, the initiative will leverage Infosys Springboard, the flagship digital learning platform, to make learning and skilling more accessible to students, especially in rural India. We take pleasure in being part of the event today, and Infosys Foundation is excited about this collaboration with ICT Academy and looking forward towards a successful partnership over the years to come. Thank you again for the opportunity. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to invite Mr. Mahesh Chandrabitra, CSR Lead, ITC Infotech, to kindly deliver his short speech.
Good afternoon all. Honorable Minister Dr. Parnivel Thiagarajan, Kumar Jayant sir and Shrikant sir, and all the distinguished guests here. Very happy to be part of this gathering where we share common stories about CSR and training and skilling. So as in ITC Infotech, we do sustainability and skilling as main CSR activities. So in sustainability, we work on urban plantation and urban water management in Bangalore. And in skilling, we work in diverse locations like in Bangalore, Pune and Guwahati. So skilling, we mostly focus on the STEM education, where we train the arts and science college students who are actually non-engineering background students into IT sector. So we are training them on data analytics, Python, web design, this kind of courses where we can pull them into IT sector. In this journey, we also learned a lot of things where there is a lot of difference in skills when we compare to a student coming out of a college from Coimbatore and the one who is coming out of from Guwahati. So even we did a lot of permutations and combinations where we changed our curriculum as well in discussion with ICT Academy to make it more relevant for the students as per their intellectual capacity. So in the last year, we did about some 800 plus students where 72% was the employment. Out of that, I'm happy to share that 68% of the population are women. So this journey with ICT Academy continues, and we want to have the same kind of results in the coming years as well with this fruitful partnership. Thank you all. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. Ms. Savita Lakshmanan, Global HR Head, Tajit, will be giving us a short speech next.
Good morning, everyone. Dear Honorable IT Minister Dr. Palnivel Thiagarajan and Additional Chief Secretary Shri Dheeraj Kumar sir, and Mr. Shrikant, the CEO of ICT Academy, and his entire team and the other government officials here. Thank you. And let me first thank you for giving us an opportunity to partner with you for the meaningful contribution through this initiative. Like Suresh was saying that, he does not know me. Maybe we have not met in person. We have been, connecting since 2008 onwards on various initiatives from a different organization. But this year, last year as Target, we were very keen and more on infrastructure investments for schools and colleges, and those initiatives were something our focus. And this year onwards, we decided like the major problem that Minister was mentioning about, like there is a huge skill gap, there is a lot of resources available, but the skill versus the demand, which is as a major focus. That is what had attracted us towards ICT, and we thought through this program, definitely, it will be useful for us to bridge both the problems across both the industries with us as well as in the fraternity. The objective through this program is to train 200 students of underprivileged background on the advanced IT skills in the 4 major government institutions, covering 60% of the women, and the courses would be covering on the cloud and data analytics areas. And our objective is to ensure we 70% of the total populations is employable by end of it, but though we expect 100%, at least we have the target of 70% to be achieved. By undertaking this initiative, our aim is to create sustainable impact on the employability and career readiness for the graduates of Tamil Nadu, bridging the gap between the education and employment. Thank you once again for giving us this opportunity to work with you all. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. We now request Mr. Salim Ahmed, VP Electronic Sector Skill Council, to kindly deliver his short speech.
Yeah, good morning, everyone. Respected Honorable Minister and dignitaries. My name is Salim Ahmed. I come from the Electronic Sector Skill Council of India. We are a council which is basically mandated to develop a skilled workforce across the electronic system design and manufacturing landscape. We are the apex body to develop the structured mechanism, and we have developed over 100 qualifications across the ESDM life cycle, be it the design, manufacturing, and services. And we have skilled over 2 million candidates from the underprivileged section of society across the country. We have 4,500 centers across the country, and it's indeed a privilege and my pleasure to be here and to sign an MOU with ICT Academy. I'm sure we have synergies and will contribute to the state of Tamil Nadu. Tamil Nadu is at the moment on the forefront of the manufacturing evolution which India is now experiencing in the ESDM space. And we are committed to align with the vision of ICT Academy and ensure that Tamil Nadu gets a very robust and skilled workforce in the ESDM sector, and we'll be very happy to work together, sir. Thank you very much once again, sir.
Thank you, sir. I request Mrs. Sundaravalli IAS, Commissioner, Department of Employment and Training, to kindly deliver a short speech.
Good morning to all. I extend my warm regards to Honorable Minister for IT and Digital Services Department, and I also extend my warm regards to ACS IT and Digital Services Department, and my regards to CEO of ICT and one and all gathered here. The core objective of this MOU with ICT Academy is to train the faculty members of our IT across the state. ICT Academy will develop and maintain a world-class ICT industry-related curriculum and continue the close association with academia and industry, which would be made available to our faculty members throughout the state through online portal. Industry experts would train and learn faculty to keep them abreast of the industry demands and thereby the students. So our 1 or 2 IT, government ITA faculty and training will get benefit out of this program. Thank you once again, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. It's time to welcome our global partners. Mr. Bhaskar Gandhavadi, Director, Workforce Development and Curriculum, ServiceNow, is next on stage.